And welcome to Blue Springs Junior Varsity High School. Well, Blue Springs High School Junior Varsity Team 1 versus Blue Springs South Junior Varsity Team. Currently, we are on Lijiang Tower. I am your host, Remy Does Things, and happy Halloween, everyone. As we are getting ready for the fight, we see that we have Ash, Kiriko, Diva, Sombra, and Brigitte. 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 I cannot pronounce her name. Anyways, the idea is to unlock the control point, and right away we see Reinhardt on the enemy team. Okay, now we see what Bunny Cat says about on the mouse. As we are going through, we can see that our Boondock, our Sombra, is slowly trying to take and get control over the point, targeting the enemy Mercy to make it so it's harder to heal, but unfortunately got taken down by a mix of Genji and Ana. Our Diva is cornering the enemy team, but unfortunately got basically grouped by Ana and Reinhardt. We can see that South has taken control of the advantage point. And looks like our side is trying to move in through a new spot. We currently have a 76 having swapped out from Sombra. It also looks like our support swapped out to be Mercy, and I think I saw Moira. Yeah, I did see Moira. We do have Moira. Either or, we have Diva going in one-on-one with the enemy Reinhardt, but our 76 managing to take the kill, unfortunately turning his back to Hanzo while trying to target that Mercy, which just res Reinhardt. We can hear that there is currently a Diva bomb that not only took out the Ana, I think was used as a second life in this situation, which is a wise Diva play to do, especially when you're backed into a corner with no healing. We can see that Hanzo is trying to jump over the wall and target the enemy team. And both of our DPS characters are going to try and get from behind. But as Reinhardt is attempting to take Diva, they are moving around with her. It is very difficult for Diva to go and solo against some of the tank characters, especially since Diva is meant to be speedy and moving around. Currently, we do have a Genji on enemy side, along with a hammer down from enemy Reinhardt. We have Mercy attempting to res our Ashe, but unfortunately, it comes to a fail with a team kill on South side. Having lost the first point, Blue Springs still has a chance to get the second point.
0-1.
It looks like we are sticking to a similar team comp as of last time.
Cute little rabbits.
Easily.
With Blue Springs having lost to South this time, it is going to be interesting to see how they adjust their play style to face them once again on the second point.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
I will say Lijiang Tower is very good for characters such as Lucio and Brigitte, due to the fact that they are able to knock back enemies pretty easily. But also having other characters that you're comfortable with is going to be the most important. I think I saw a Sigma skill used on the enemy team, and we can see him vaguely in the distance. Blue Springs is now taking the objective, with most of them being on the point, but it is contested by the enemy Sigma. Our Mercy doing a good job at keeping Diva alive. And being eliminated.
Now to to start anew.
Currently, the point is contested, and South can take control of the point at any moment. But it's highly likely that they will, from looking at it, actually. Especially since Blue Springs is getting cornered at every possible objective and need to regroup. We have currently seen our, I believe Ash switch to Reaper. And I'm seeing, yeah, Zarya. Yep, and we still have 76. As we are going through, we can see that there is currently a Hanzo ult, but we can see that Blue Springs is trying their best to go through and break through the barriers and get the point as much as they can. But also, South seems to have the advantage when it comes to most of this, especially since South is managing to keep the point a lot longer than Blue Springs has, and has been pretty successful at wiping out most of, if not all, the team. Currently, a Kiriko ult is going on, so it is very dangerous to be in this situation, especially with everyone's attack speeds being buffed. Oh. Our Sigma managing to take out some of the characters, not Sigma, our Zarya managing to take out characters, but just as our Mercy comes into res, Boondock did die. The CPU is regrouping with his team, which is a smart move to do, especially since in this situation, South does have the advantage and they are peeking through the window thanks to their Hanzo Sonar arrows. But, of course, Reaper can only do so much when it comes to flanking a team, even though Reaper is a tank eater. When he is on his own, it will be a hassle for him to do anything. 76, having now taken out most of the team, Blue Springs is given the chance to retake the objective just as overtime hits. Now it is whether or not they can keep that objective long enough. Another Sonar arrow from the enemy Hanzo. We can see that Reaper is preparing to teleport at any moment. And they are coming in from behind with a Wrecking Ball, which honestly makes sense to try and keep control over the point. And everyone is backing into a corner. There is an enemy Genji ult. And the Hanzo ult, leaving Reaper the only one alive, but he is running straight into the battle and not being able to do much about it. Currently, our Zarya has swapped to not 76, having swapped to Ball, but unfortunately it was on overtime and they could not do much, leaving the first point to go to Blue Springs South.
Play of the game.
Play of the game being the enemy Genji. Honestly, yeah. On point 2, right when he is wiping out basically all of the team. That is understandable. We'll see you in a minute, guys.
My shot like Benzema, end my run like a goal, like a Messi. They ain't got time for antics, take the long route like I'm Kanti. Did what I did and said what I done. Did it, league on my ones. Independent, depending on none. Hop out, jump out, split that, spin that, skirt on the dash, then head back. Road that, live that, earn that, spend that, made it all back, then one back. Brother, we follow the rules, defiant ones. Me and my thugs. Brother, we follow the rules, defiant ones. Look at us now. What can I say? Sick of the talk, enough of the chat, making me bored. All of a sudden, I run the sport.
Welcome back, everyone, to Blue Springs Junior Varsity Team 1 versus Blue Springs South Junior Varsity. Currently, we are on Parizo, and this is, from the looks of it, a escort the payload. Blue Springs will be on the defense. Looks like we have Echo, Junker Queen, Junkrat, Mercy,
Is this one a scrap or a horse?
and I
wasn't listening.
think, yep, and a Brigitte. It will be Blue Springs' job to prevent South from not only getting control of the payload, but moving it. I do not understand why our Junkrat is currently waiting. Oh, he was switching to 76. Got that. Currently, we see action going in straight away as the Diva is leading South's team, and our Junker Queen managing to take out a few characters already. Mercy having revived one, but it is being proven useful for Junker Queen. Having now taken down the Diva's mech, will be targeting that baby Diva and getting taken down, preventing South from at least starting to move the payload. We can see that there is a Moira orb from the enemy side that was launched into the air, which is only easy to assume that Moira was in fact coming. Blue Springs is keeping control over a chokehold, which is vital into making sure that South doesn't get control of the payload, let alone the ability to move it, but coming in and being not only taken down by never mind. Blue Springs has been taken down and South is getting control of the point. Once this happens, Blue Springs will be in charge of preventing South from reaching the final destination of the payload.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
It looks like our Junker Queen has swapped to Winston, which will be interesting to see. Having quite literally just charged into a room with everyone, it is going to be difficult for the Winston to do much in that situation. Although everyone is attempting to keep people off of the payload, it is a struggle for sure, especially since it feels like there's not a lot of active communication going on,
To my post.
especially with some of the supports not being protected too well. South once again getting control of the payload as Blue Springs is continuously contesting it, but of course there is a dragon arrow from Hanzo, and although Mercy could attempt to go in for the revive, she is currently being targeted not only by Hanzo but enemy Moira, which was significantly draining their HP. Winston having backed himself into a corner and getting defeated by Hanzo. We can see that everyone is doing their best to regroup, and especially at the next objective in checkpoint. But of course, there's only so much that they can do. Oh, our Winston has swapped to Arisa. There has been a tactical visor activated. And Echo has now the ability to duplicate someone else. This could be used as either a second chance at life or a way to turn the tides of the battle. Our Moira having just used Coalescence, but of course, the enemy Moira also now using Coalescence. a lot of Blue Springs is getting cleared off of the point as South has managed to bypass the first checkpoint. Everyone is doing their best to move towards the fight once again. Our 76 at low HP, but our Moira coming in to support. Everyone is doing their best to keep control of the chokehold, but there's only so much time that they can do this for, especially since it looks like South is almost halfway there with the ability, with the extra time of 3 minutes. Blue Springs has to be acting quick and acting rationally. But their team has been continuously wiped out time after time. We can only hope that they do better on the second map when the time comes for them to swap. Especially since South is so close to getting the current destination of the payload. We can see that our tank is switched to Wrecking Ball and is attempting to keep everyone off of the point, but he can only do so much, especially since a lot of people are going down around him. Our Echo having chosen to mimic the Reinhardt for at least a little bit, but not being able to do much, and has been wiped out, causing South to get the final destination. It will now be Blue Springs' turn to attack not only the objective, but move the payload. We can only hope that they are better at attack than they are at defense. Anyway, since it is Halloween, I just want to give everyone a reminder to be safe tonight when it comes to trick-or-treating. Make sure that you're wearing coats because it should be very cold tonight. And also that have fun and stay within safe neighborhoods that you know. Also stick together in groups. That makes things a lot more easier and a lot more fun. And if you're not trick-or-treating, well,
Humanity is shackled.
enjoy a spooky movie or something.
Find the key.
Or, you know, go to a party. Just have fun. That's the purpose of Halloween after all. Anyways, Blue Springs is preparing to attack.
More field research. Grand.
Okay. It looks like we do have Doomfist.
Don't fail me.
Along with the Reaper and 76. And then the Moisey combo. Bunny Cat would be proud. I said Moisey.
3, 2, 1. Attack commencing.
Anyways, we are now moving to the objective. Especially to capture the first point. We can see that South is already preparing to be on the defense. I am hearing a reflect from the enemy Genji, I believe. And it looks like we do have Moira on the enemy side. Oh, and Symmetra. It also looks to be that there is a... Our tank is currently on the objective, along with his teammates. Having left his teammates on the objective, our tank is currently trying to prevent South from getting too close to the rest of the team. That way they have a stable time to capture, and now to start to escorting the payload. It will be South's job to prevent Blue Springs from reaching that final destination. Our tank being taken down by the enemy Ana, and Reaper going head-on-head against the enemy Reinhardt. And although Reaper is a good counter to most tanks, he also has to make sure he is not doing this on his own and backed into a corner. It though looks like South has been making sure to take advantage of seeing where the spawn point is for Blue Springs to prevent them from moving the payload too well, at least too far. We can see that our 76 is pushing forward and trying to create some distance between South and the spawn point. Being aided by Mercy and Orisa. And Our Mercy going Battle Mercy in attempts to try and clear some distance too. But having been taken down, he can only do so much along with our Ashe.
The payload is idle. Push it forward.
This town just ain't big enough.
Currently, everyone is trying to figure out ways to go through and take down the South, at least without getting stuck at the objective. Going through and having a tactical visor from our side, it is proven to be very useful, but he has unfortunately gotten knocked down by the Reinhardt. But Doomfist taking down the Reinhardt in return, now letting the payload be escorted once more. Blue Springs has 3 minutes to get it to the first objective for more time to be added onto the clock. Our Doomfist trying to go and solo against Cassidy, which proven to be pretty effective, just as our Moira went and targeted Ana. We can hear action starting to come up right away pretty quickly. Enemy Ana having now used their ultimate. And Doomfist attempting to push forward, but I believe the Reinhardt was the one that got nanoed. And we have a high noon from enemy Cassidy, having taken down Ashe. A Hanzo just previously before that high noon, along with Hanzo sniping our Mercy. We can see Doomfist is doing his best to move back to the spawn point, but South managed to cut off Blue Springs just before they could fully and properly reach that first objective. Doomfist having spot Cassidy and going through and trying to target them, but Cassidy was backed up by Ana, which will be proven to be very difficult, especially now that it is basically trying to be a 1v3. And he can only do so much, especially at 6 HP on his own. It is not a wise move for sure.
The wonders of modern medicine.
We currently have the point contested, but it was unfortunately a loss for our Moira. We do have Bob ready from our Ashe, which could potentially turn the tides of this battle, but it looks like we have a Widowmaker prepping and sniping. It's either that or Ana. Yeah, it is Ana. But Hanzo is proven to be an effective sniper in this situation too, having gained many a set of kills. It looks like our 76 is trying to target Mercy and Cassidy, but was unfortunately snuck up on by Reinhardt. And Hanzo getting 3 kills in a row. That is the power of a good sniper for you. Blue Springs has about a minute left to move that payload to that first objective. But they can only do so much in this situation when they keep getting knocked back by South. Whether it's because we do have some progress being made, but again, only progress can be shown in certain situations if they are being pushed off. We have a hammer down from the enemy Reinhardt, taking out a few teammates as Junker Queen is sitting on the payload.
They can't get away.
Junker Queen currently attempting to solo the enemy team and being supported by our Moira, I believe. Just as there is a Hanzo ult taking down our Ashe. We have a few seconds remaining before overtime if nobody is on the objective. And currently South is preventing that from such, having Blue Springs lost a second map to South. This is truly a well-oriented junior varsity team, having good connections and discussions between each other. This is a good play getting basically almost a full team kill. Welcome back, everyone. We are currently on Shambali.
Doing this my
Yeah.
way.
We will be on the defense, preventing Blue Spring South from moving the payload. It currently looks like we have basically the same team comp as last time, except our tank is currently Ramatra.
Incoming. Stop the payload.
Sniper, get your
Having immediately the first kill goes to a Widowmaker, headshotting our things are currently not looking well for Blue Springs, as it is kill after kill for South, having them quite literally be backed off into a corner until a team kill. Oh. Are Ramatra having swapped to Orisa? We are our Ash being taken down by Widowmaker. As an enemy Moira comes and is defeated by our Junkrat. South having reached the first checkpoint, it is now up to Blue Springs to prevent them from reaching the rest. Are Orisa making good use of targeting the tank, but someone needs to currently find and take down that Widowmaker. Especially since that Widowmaker is proving to be an active problem. Are Orisa finally taking down Widowmaker? Currently being the only one on the objective. But having gotten taken down by a Genji Mercy duo, it is only so much time that the Mercy took to res the enemy Widowmaker. Which will be proving once again a strong force of at least a strong target that Blue Springs needs to take down. South almost reaching about halfway to the current objective.
Back from the bone orchard. Now, to start anew.
And the point is contested by Blue Springs, a 1v1 but it does not look to be going too well on Blue Springs' end, especially since it is the only Blue Springs player is Orisa, which the rest of the team slowly coming in from behind.
Sie werden dich nicht kriegen.
A lot is quickly going on
Not the end.
as things are acting fast. Where South is at least our Orisa has managed to spot the Widowmaker, which has proven to be a hassle for Blue Springs before. As they're going to try and target the sorry, I am bad with words right now. We do have a Riptire from our Junkrat, which could potentially be used to target the target the Mercy and Genji. Okay. Blue Springs is doing their best to keep South from getting onto the payload and moving the objective any further than they have.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Our Orisa managing to oh my dear lord. Finally the mouse moves. Blue Springs is getting targeted pretty easily, and our Orisa managing to take down Mercy. Well, enemy Mercy. They're trying their best to keep their distance between the enemy team and them, but they are currently running headfirst into a full team. Our Ash currently on the objective. It looks like the Widowmaker has swapped to Hanzo, which they've already proven to be pretty effective at playing sniper characters. Bob coming in to take down the Hanzo, but Genji taking down Ana, Moira taking down Boondock, and the Genji also taking down Orisa. The whole team is basically wiped as South managed to reach the second objective. Their goal will be to now reach the third objective, as Blue Springs does their best to play the defense role and not let them reach it. The payload is contested to push it back to that checkpoint. As we can see, our Orisa attempting to push everyone back as far as they can, with Ash standing on the objective to counter it themselves. Those quick-firing enemies, such as Orisa, when going up against Genji, might not be a smart move to be rapidly firing like that, especially while that Genji is deflecting. Our enemy Hanzo taking out a lot is going on quickly. Our supports having been taken out by enemy Sigma. Oh dear lord. I cannot move the mouse again. Anyways, our team having to respawn once more, especially as South is on its way to making it to that final objective. With about a minute remaining in time, it will be Blue Springs' job to at least stall them long enough from reaching that final objective. With the full team, at least full South team on the payload, and having Hanzo effectively cancel Junkrat's ult, it will be interesting to see how Blue Springs at least attempts to react. South doing a great job at clearing out the team with their supports, supporting the correct people they need. Having South now managed to reach the final point and having completed round 1.
0-3.
It will now be Blue Springs' turn to move the payload, and South's turn to prevent Blue Springs from getting to the final destination. I have talked a lot today. This is a lot harder when you don't have someone to shoutcast with you. Anyways, while we wait for heroes to be assembled, I do want to say I am sharing a costume set with my little sister. We are going as Kiki and Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service. I am the cat.
I'm the last one you'll ever.
It looks like our team comp hasn't changed much, except for instead of Ana, we now have
Tell me you don't
Zenyatta
need Cassidy.
and Diva.
Oh, Bob. I'll tell him you said hello.
We currently have about 20 seconds until Blue Springs is released to attack the payload.
Follow the rules, and we won't have a problem.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Blue Springs now going out to attack the payload. It looks like South is farther back than they would, than the payload, just to have that high ground advantage from the looks of it. It does look like Junkrat is targeting to shoot over the enemy orbs, but being targeted by that Widowmaker, who has proven to be a hassle before. Oh. Oh dear Lord, why is it so hard to move? Sorry. Oh, enemy Bastion! Which will prove to be a hassle for Blue Springs, as that is a lot of ammunition fired at once, especially while you're getting consistently charged shot by that Widowmaker.
I am not ready to ride into the sunset.
It will be a struggle for Blue Springs to go through and move that payload. Having 3 minutes to move that payload to at least the first objective. Oh, a clean headshot from that Widowmaker. Diva is currently going in to attempt and successfully kill Diva. Well, kill the Widowmaker. But unfortunately, that Mercy managing to rev the Widowmaker. And as Diva attempted to use the mech to call back for another life, she was sleeped by Ana and taken out by enemy Sigma. It looks like our Diva, at least from the sounds of it, swapped from,
The barrier appears.
yep, swapped to Diva. Whether this is to play counter other Team Sigma, I am unsure. It also looks like we do have Genji. It is a quick clear on south side, doing their best to keep North from moving the objective any further than they physically can at the very least. That Widowmaker is absolutely taking advantage of that high ground. With Blue Springs having about a minute 30 remaining. Oh. We can see that Junkrat and Ana are going on a 1v1. And Junkrat not being exactly successful in this. We have about a minute left for Blue Springs and they have not even reached the first objective. With the Mercy revving the Bastion and the Widowmaker Now using their ultimate, it will be headshots galore for Blue Springs if they are not careful.
30 seconds remaining.
All things are in order.
Time is money, friends. We're almost quite close.
Blue Springs has about 30 seconds to, well, less than, about 10 seconds to reach that first objective. Especially with that Zenyatta ult. It should be at least enough to stall long enough. But, there's only so much they can do with a, nanoed Sigma and currently being put on overtime with one person, two people on the objective, or at least not enough people on the objective, as South has managed to prevent Blue Springs from getting that first point. Another win for South, leaving Blue Springs to have lost this game.
Play of the game.
I'm not surprised that Widowmaker got play of the game. They have been successfully supreme with their headshots and skills. Anyways, I'm Remy Does Things, and I'll see you next time.